I walked into the mall, all dressed in a shorts and a polo t-shirt. You know, the way I was perceived was so crazy. Trust me, even the attendant that was attending to me gave me some kind of vibe. The next day, I was on my native, my proper native. Now, I'm at the lifestyle
I know what it
myself.
is.
I was on my native, walking to that hall. Welcome, sir. What do you need, sir? Sir, should I help you carry the basket? Should I? That alone is a red flag. Trust me.
Mm.
In Nigeria here, even the younger people perceive you the way you dress. So trust me, I'm just out there giving my 2 cents to people out there to just, find a way to fit into this our country, the economy, the way you are perceived. Even when you want to seek for jobs, trust me, you cannot just dress the way you really love to. I've left this country and I went out there. I noticed I love wearing shorts. I went to work on shorts, do my stuff. I was even dressing. I tinted my hair at some point. My boss loved it. But here in Nigeria, you can't do all that. You can't go out there and tell them that, oh, sir, you just like your dress, you want to be on dress and you're working a corporate job on the bank. They will tell you what? They'll tell you you can't be there. They feel like your looks should be certain way to fit into the, white collar job and all that. But it shouldn't be. To be honest, I don't think it should be. But yeah, this is where we find ourselves. And then I feel like, man, that's just what it is, and then people have to just,
You
go
are
there.
so right. You
Yeah.
are so right. But then again, how about we see it from the perspective of being in a society that is run like an influencer economy? What I mean by that is this: imagine that somebody who, like I said earlier, substance over appearance, somebody who is without substance in them, but manages to appear very well, can actually come and influence things and places and institutions whereby they are not really qualified to be in. That is why we have the sort of society we have today. Substance over looks. Let me give an example. Let's take China. Today in China, you cannot be an influencer in medicine, even entertainment,
Right.
politics, finance, unless you have a university degree.
Great.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So, in a society whereby their value system accentuates substance over the appearance, you tend to see results. Look at China today.
Of
What are we
course,
saying?
of course. The thing is, I know that we all know that there are certain levels to this. Like I would keep saying, there are certain level to substance overlooks or whatever you said
Yeah,
it is. The thing is, here in Nigeria, we still have a long way to go. I
of course.
mean, we are still developing. I might still say we are still underdeveloped, but yes, I would still put us on that map of still developing because I feel like with people like us and there are other people they are better than us.
Of course.
People are growing, people are seeing, people are learning every day. I feel like we'll get to that point where we can see things this way. But for me, my perspective with what I know, I will still give myself that good looks first before my own really. In fact, in this country now, I will tell people that just dress to fit in first before doing your thing. Because trust me, here we will judge you.
Of course.
And that's what it is. I mean, I'm not advising people to start saying, oh, you cannot wear jeans and no, you just have to fit into the narrative, fit into what it feels like. You know how it is. You know the way our parents like it now. Mom still go say, if you go wear that baggy jeans, come my house, I go swear for you. Or if you go to that hairstyle, you know what it is. So I feel like we just need to, put ourselves out there the right way. Let people perceive of us rightly, and we can do all the things we want. So that's just my own take on this. And
That's actually an awesome take.
yeah. So
That's actually an
so
awesome
so that's what I feel. And yes, what you said is valid. I feel like both of our points are valid. This conversation is gonna be really, really serious for me because, brother, you know what happened in this country. You know how people see people when they see them dressed some way. For me, I feel like people need to just be, come out there, express themselves the way they want to be perceived. You have to really dress well. It is very important for you for at least people to see you like, oh,
for your self-image.
you understand. So I feel like in this country where we live in, it's been really, really tough when it comes to, you want to have that fashion sense, you want that vibe, you want to be there, you want to dress, but we have constraints. We have a lot of things that is really conditioning us when it comes to our fashion. I will take myself as a typical case study here. I'm always someone that really loves to be there, swag up, I love
Mm.
those swagalistic
Yeah,
clothes and
I
all
know
that,
all those things. Yeah.
But yeah, over time, I noticed that I drifted. I started changing. I love being on natives now.
Mm.
Just want to appear nice. People see me, respect me.
Mm.
What do you think on this note? Because I feel like there's a way the country look at people with certain dressing.
Of course.
And then for me, I feel like, man,
Well, if you were to ask me, I would say it is highly nuanced, actually, because if we're to go off the base format, which is dress the way you want to be addressed. Now, like you said, there are constraints to this thing. Aside from the economic hurdle that one has to cross in order to stand out stylishly, as per Naija levels, there is this thing about putting up an image. Do you know it can be mentally draining?
of
Now,
course.
I am playing a bit of the devil's advocate in this case because it is not always about appearances, right? Not all that glitters is gold. And a lot of the
Facts.
time, you cannot judge a book by its cover.
Not in Nigeria for me, trust me, because I believe that here in this country, bro, people judge you based off what they see,
Of course,
how you
of
are
course,
dressed.
of course.
They address you that way. I've been in a situation whereby, I'm on pickup, nice polo on
Mm,
my jeans,
mm,
looking all fine boy level. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
And then people see you and they be like, oh, this is your boy. Okay, now let's
Mm.
look at those times where the SARS situation was happening.
Oh my God,
It was
2020,
terrible, my brother.
2020 was
I was
crazy.
in school back then. I remember vividly that I had to stop wearing certain type of clothes, dressing
Mm,
certain type of way,
mm,
just because I don't want to be harassed by the
of
police.
course.
Not because I really love those dressing, but
Mm,
then I just had to fit in to that because I know once they see you, then it's crazy. Most
it's
people that
crazy.
didn't experience these things, trust me, it was so crazy back then. And then I had to, condition myself to know, okay, this is the way these people see people that they want to,
Mm,
target.
that's
And
true.
then to navigate that side alone was really draining.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It can be really, really, really traumatic. Judging by the realities we have in our country, a place like Nigeria where um, the law, which is supposed to be there to protect
for
you,
us,
is
yeah,
actually turned against you
yes, seriously,
in order to fund this sort of corrupt and nepotistic system that we have in
it's
place.
crazy to be
Now,
honest.
imagine a country whereby the position of a citizen is so debased that by 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 normal effect, what you get from the law is oppression.
Mm,
Because I have dreads on my head,
crazy.
you oppress me. You tell me, okay, I am this, I am that. That sort of thing, which is why I do not like to place too much emphasis on looks. Now, for me, it is substance over looks. Nigeria is a very deeply materialistic place,
Right.
and it's a place whereby if you do not have money, you are seen as sort of lesser compared to the average person. You
I know,
understand?
right?
So when I say substance over looks, I am basically saying that the substance of a person's personality should be viewed well over their appearance, which can be bought with something as cheap as money.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, my brother. To be
Mm,
honest, I'm not gonna lie. I totally understand that, but your substance overlooks come with a certain level of knowledge. I would say knowledge in terms of if if people who are like maybe from the university set upward,
mm,
they can really judge substance overlook. But
mm.
trust me, most of all those people out there are basically just average education people. I mean,
Yeah.
people that really just went to primary school,
Mm.
no exposure as to
Very minimum. Yeah, that's true.
entering that tertiary institution and getting the vast knowledge of understanding of
Mm,
how people think.
mm,
Trust me, bro, it is so deep and crazy that people would not look for your substance first
mm,
in this part of the world,
mm,
in this country.
mm.
They would always judge you by your looks first. Every time.
That is true.
Every time. There are different scenarios, different situations, different things that have happened over the years that when you see it happen, you'll be shocked.
Mm.
I can start calling different things that have happened, even to myself.